Hello, this is Brian, and this is a look at the list feature in GoodBadgers. And this is beta, very much a moving target. There will be probably, if the previous videos I just recorded are any indication, there will be a bunch of things I'll need to, or odds and ends I will tweak after recording this video that you won't experience, but I will show you, making me look super professional. I've said in other videos, basically the list is a sort of live search of available tasks, and if you're on the homepage, you can see lists that are listed for today. My energy is apparently a lot lower than yesterday. I will try to improve that, but we'll see. Who knows? So on the homepage, it shows the lists that are appropriate today, and that's really just if a list has is for any day or the current day rather. So it is January 1st as I record this. So the food list here is accessible on a Monday. If I removed Monday, which means if you look at this on a Monday and it's not set to look at a non-Monday day, it won't return anything because it won't look for anything that's on a Monday. But that's not a bug, that's just the way it is. So, and there's nothing currently here in this list. I'll pick a different list, but just so you can see, if I refresh the page, it goes away. No. Why did the food list not show? That shouldn't have gone up today. Did I got rid of the day? Huh. Weird. That should have got rid of that actually. Oh, I think it's because I have an offset of a month. Let's get rid of that offset and see. Because there's enough little weird logic here, which is stuff I'm changing, which is why I'm not taking this out, because if it seems confusing or what have you. Let's see. No, it still does it. Interesting. Okay, we have to look at the logic of what one of the bugs I just mentioned. It shouldn't be showing up in today's list because it's not really appropriate to today because it's not set. It's showing list for January 2nd because that is offset at one day. I'm going to remove the offset. Oh, because it's accessible today. That's probably why. Right? Like if I get rid of the day that it's on. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's change this. Let's go on a journey together. And I refresh this probably because some of this stuff refreshes in a long time. Ah, there we go. Okay, so it's because the day I'm looking at is Sunday, and it was set to Sunday. So I understand the thing I'm building. It's reaching that amount of complexity that, in terms of the rule set, that I keep forgetting what I've done. But anyway, let's pick a list with, is anytime? There we go. Okay, so this has a thing. So this breakdown is cached every day. As it says here, this list will update on its own once a day. So if I look at this tomorrow, it would be a different one. I think in this specific case, I don't think I can. Okay, there's two tasks. There's a few tasks now. Okay. So you can bust the cache or clear the cache and force a new array of things if you hit the refresh list. The idea here is it keeps it static, so if you get the email with those contents, it's the same contents on the site, and if someone else looked on it on the same day, it's the same site. But if you don't like it, like for example, if this was a I don't know, family activities, for example, it will and it's like, I don't want to go out and touch grass, and like, okay, well, we'll play a board game. There you go. And it won't update the cache if you modify the list, or if you add things or remove things that would show up on the list. So if I were to delete play a board game, it would not show it because it doesn't exist anymore. Or if I change the parameters so it existed but doesn't match the parameters, it would still show because the cache hasn't been updated. So if I just to give you an example, if I add one, like if I don't know, I'm gonna say make cookies, it doesn't refresh that because I didn't want to. It was jarring. It used to do that and it was jarring. So I could get make cookies probably there if I refreshed it, and then a different one. So that hits so that's why it does it. And then if I say I did it, it would show Oh, okay, that's not one that has a limit. If the task had a limit, it would shift down to the already done if you exceed the limit. So it would still be visible for the day. It would just show up here. The text for this is incorrect because it says in the last 7 days because I haven't updated the copy. That's how it used to be. What I'm going to eventually do is just have probably here a history of, because I track the activity. So when I hit go out and touch grass, it shows up here on the homepage under recent activity. So what I'm going to do is make the history of just this task will always be shown. So instead of just like the last 7 days, it'll be probably just 5 or 10, and then you can paginate or something. And so then you have the reminders, and you can have the reminders. So this currently is set to have Tuesday and Saturday in January and December. An email goes to Brian plus New Year's noon. So you have multiple reminders. The reminders here, this shows just the reminders for the list. You can see all of the reminders here. And so if I wanted to, I'm jumping around, I'm trying not to, but since I'm on the reminders page, if I wanted to add a notification from the reminders tab for family activities, I could do it that way. And I'm going to say the 5th. And now I'll get into this more, but you have to sort of pick both. But if I say, I don't remember what day the 5th is, so what is this? What today? 2, 3, 4, 5. So Thursday. So Thursday the 5th in January. So I have it selected by setting, but anyway, it would only if the 5th is a Thursday in January or February. But I'll get into that more in the list video. What I need to have here, it does click through. Never mind. I was about to say I need to make this click through, but it clicks through. So anyway, so yeah, that's there. These are the list notifications options, and these are the emails are. This setting is specific to this list. So I have here the first one is selected and the second one isn't. But if I went to let's say food list, they're both selected, and if I deselect them both, I get the little notification preferences. And if I went back to family activities, you can see it's still, this hasn't been changed, and that allows you to per list have different email notifications. So the way we use that in account I actually use is we have multiple chores and food lists, and like there's a chore list that pulls a bunch of chores that are just for me and some that are for my wife, and there's a lot of overlap in the chores, but the different lists allow us to send the different emails. So the limitation here is that any reminder set from or attached to the list is always going to just go to whatever the notifications options are for this list, which hopefully that makes sense. But since you can make as many lists as you want, it doesn't seem like a limitation I need. There's no ability to say that this one on the 5th is sent to just one and this one is sent to 2. You'd have to create multiple lists, but it's very easy. At some point I will probably add like a duplicate list option to sort of make that a little more convenient, but that's what we have right now. So backing up slightly, this is the list page. You can set a category. So right now, so your title, category, they're all optional, and if you actually don't have a name, it'll show up as unnamed list. But so I don't prevent that. It's just it makes more sense if you don't have a bunch of unnamed tasks. So I'm going to category or select this as activity, and then this is fun with family, and then you can see here I don't have an emoji set. On some of the options I have an emoji, but I don't have an emoji set or the ability to set the emoji. So just have it's fun to do. Oh, a tag. So I'm gonna put fun. So I'm gonna say if it's fun, and so this will now only show. So these will have disappeared because the ones that it did have. The other ones no longer matched that criteria. So when I'm adding a new task to a list, or when I'm thinking of what to add, I generally think of a list first, even though I think previously I recorded the task video, is I'll create the list of like family activities. And then to make sure they're always matching, excuse me, just hit the plus button here. And then if you create like, what do you say here? I don't know, having deep, meaningful chat. That's what you do with a 9-year-old. And then activities, and so you can see here's the tag is already added. The activity category is already set, and then it has the same months, and well, in this case they're all selected, but it has the same months. So if I do this, it still will show me nothing, but if I refresh the list, it'll be there. Now the other ones that I no longer can see, weekend fun, yeah. So here I would have to see the category is not set. So if I set category and then the tag was, I think, just fun, this one will come back. Now again, because it's not, this doesn't get refreshed. Like if I reload the page, it sticks the same one, or sticks with the same one. I can refresh the cache, and there it is. So that's kind of cool. So here, the shape of the offset in the range. So right now this list is showing results for January 7th, January 8th. So I have a range of 2 days. The default is a range of 1 day, which really just means today. But you can say I can have a range of 4 days. If I do that, you can see that it will be January 7th to 10th, because it's inclusive. So 7, 8, 9, 10 is 4 days. And then what I can also do here, so that's the range. So I can say, if I want to set a list that is like, what am I going to do for the next month? I could just do this, and I just reduce that down to 1, because it's always got to be 1. I don't think I have a limiter. You can select it or set it at 0, but it should be 1. But that's one of those things I will fix. So now it says January 7th to February 7th. So any items that will be available to use based on the task criteria will show up in this list. It's pretty handy. And then just some conveniences. I have, in addition to the range, I have things here like you can select the number of days, but you can also, I can say which I want. So this is the weekend. So that bumped ahead to the weekend. So this is now January 3rd to January 1st to February 1st, because it's the current month. But then if I want to add just a couple days to that, if I want to say like for 3 days from now. So this list would always be essentially 3 days from now, would show you a month. It's January 4th to February 4th. But I can also do things where it had the weekend before, we bumped it forward to the weekend, or I can say it should always show next Monday, which should override that. So it says the next day of the week overrides the offset day, so it's going from January 2nd. So when we get to January 2nd, it will actually show January 9th to February 9th. So it allows you to kind of do that fun thing. And then if I want, in addition to that, so the same thing with the weeks, I can make it for a week and then make it the beginning of the next week or that week. And then same thing with the month. Why is that? Oh, that's interesting. It's not changing it. Oh, there's a little bug there. It's not deselecting beginning. I'll have to look at that. That'll be fixed by the time you see it. And so months, the same thing. So I can say, if this has all 12 months, but if I want to say next March, but this will actually be the next Monday in March. Oh, that's slightly incorrect. Interesting. April? Will this do March? Oh, okay. Oh, that must be a day of the week thing. Huh. Interesting. So let's just see. Hold on. I'm gonna get rid of this one. Oh no, I'm gonna get rid of the next Monday. And then I'm gonna put 1. So there's a lot of little nitpicky things that you can set if you want, and this should February 26th to March 26th. Interesting. Okay, there's a little gap there. That's weird. Anyway, it mostly works. Like I said, this is error stuff to fix. But you don't need to set any of these things. So it's designed to be like if I want to just create another list and I want to just say like I don't know, like productivity. And then I don't have to set any of these other things. I haven't got to the other ones yet, but I haven't. I guess actually I have. Like the days of the week and the month of the year, you have to select which ones are that the list will look for or will look in. But if you don't have any months selected, it won't find any results. And same thing if there are no days of the week. So it's not a. I used to have it that way, where if none were selected, it meant all, or you selected one, it just felt weird. And then you can also select the number of tasks. So the highlight controls the blue bar around. I don't have a. Oh, right. Okay. So if I go to family activities, this blue bar, this is because it's a highlight. And I know I didn't finish answering or describing the previous thing. And so I can turn off the highlight, and it's just really, it just sort of says like do this, and then if there's more stuff, separates it visually. And then I can specify a specific number. If I want to have like 2, and I can also have 2 and a highlight. Then it will show. Oh, interesting. Why is that not? Oh, I probably don't have any other ones that are meeting that criteria. Let me. Okay, I'm gonna remove the range, and then remove the offset, and then let's see. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, because that one's not available. Okay, I must have that set for some other option. It's just, I didn't script this, in case you're wondering. But so there's 2 here. And then what I can also do for the results, I can just click a show all, and then this will, there's only 2, so hold on. Third activity, oops, if I could type, that'd be fantastic. And then I refresh, and then third activity is there. And then this also works on like mobile sizes, which I haven't really mentioned, but it works mobily. The menu kind of goes a little wonky, and it fits and everything. So that's fun. Then I got the tags there. They don't link through yet to anything else. Yeah, so just with the days of the week thing, if I want it just to be Monday, that would be just Monday. If I want Monday and Friday, it's like that. If I do this, it won't select anything because I have to select a day. But by default, when I create a new list or a new task and a new list, they're all selected. So like if I do a new list, you can see here that they're all by default selected. And the default is just to show one item and highlight it, and have a 1-day default range, and no category and stuff like that. So you don't need to select that much stuff. And it's similar to the way in tasks, if you create a new task, it has all days. But if I create a new task in a list that has, so this one is just okay. Let me just to clarify in case I realize I'm going jumping around, which is why I built this tool, because I jump around too much. But so I turn this off. So it's Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, and then if I click the task creation here, it's the Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday. So it inherits all that stuff. So if you were to manually deselect everything and it didn't show up, it would actually be a little weird for you to find them, because I don't have any error checks on that, because that's one of the things I'll add over time as necessary. I think that's a pretty good. Pretty good view of that. So you can add a list by clicking the little plus button here, or by clicking the plus button there, and then it just sort of creates it in line. And the system remembers which tab you've had open. So if you went to another view, like if I open the tags and I go here, it's not broken, it's just how I built it. And then the tag is open. And I'm not sure if I like that, but that's what's currently working. So yeah, so that is a rambly description of the lists, and I will probably do goals next, I guess. And at some point, this will be written and be better. But so if you're watching this out of sequence, and this is one of the first ones you've watched, this is I'll mention at the very end. It's a reminder system primarily for people with ADHD, just a sort of gentle nagging, badgering, if you will, good badgers, to help remember the stuff you said you want to do at some point in the future. And it's a lot looser than a traditional to-do list, and it is under sort of a private beta sort of now, in that it is just gated. I don't have a specific limit of the number of people. So if you think this looks cool, or you haven't yet asked, or you don't have an account yet, just email me at brian@goodbadgers.com, and I can send a key.